everybody, welcome to the third episode of Essence and Eats. I'm your host Lexy, and some of you may know me as Lexy the Foodie on Instagram, so make sure you follow me there to stay connected. Today I have a very special guest. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, and he also does funny reactions on Instagram and on TikTok. Some of you may know him as Nathan Cintron, so let's give it up for Nathan. Nathan, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Welcome to
Thank you.
Essence and Eats. Should we tell them what we're making so we can get right into it?
Yes, let's do that.
So, I thought it'd be a great idea for us to make our chicken and waffles.
You deserve it. You deserve it. That was a good video.
Yes, it was. It was so good that even Taraji P. Henson posted us.
Shout out to Taraji P.
Shout out to Taraji P.
That's a big, because she usually don't post a lot.
She doesn't.
So when she does, and it ran up the views, I greatly appreciate it. It was good for the algorithm.
It was amazing for the algorithm. So, chicken and waffles, what caught your eye about that video?
So I had done one previously where they put the bone chicken, not boneless, but the bone chicken onto a waffle maker, and it was good. But this was different because you actually mixed it into the mix, the batter, and it just looked delicious. It looked delicious, and I feel like I deserved that meal at that moment.
And you're about to have that meal that you deserve.
And we thank you.
Yes.
We thank you. Yes.
So for today, we're making chicken and waffles, and the special ingredient is the Lord's chicken.
The Lord's chicken. Like now, if you guys don't know, okay, I call it the Lord's chicken because it comes from Chick-fil-A. And as you guys may know, Chick-fil-A is one of them establishments that they believe in the Sabbath, okay? They are closed on Sunday. So right now, at the time of this recording,
right,
you cannot go to Chick-fil-A and get the Lord's chicken, okay?
But we got it.
But we did.
But we got it.
Especially for this, okay? They knew we were coming, and they said, you know what, let's open the door for these people. Let's get them some of the Lord's chicken on the Lord's Day so that we can make this premium content.
Exactly. Before we get started, I did get you an apron.
What?
And you do have to put this on.
Okay.
Because you are on Essence and Eat.
Yes, let's go.
And Essence and Eats, we also have to get into Nathan and the tea about Nathan and what's new, what's trending, and what to expect. What can your supporters expect from you this year?
Well, first of all, I'm a chef.
Yeah,
I'm
Chef
a
Nathan.
Chef Nathan.
You gotta stand up and actually get it on.
Honorary chef. Okay.
You might need to also get the top just if you.
Cool. Not a little bit tight. Oh Lord.
Too tight?
Snatch me in.
My bad.
We good. I ain't got a big bag, but.
All right. Y'all see it.
Yes.
He's officially Chef
Nathan
Chef
Cintron,
Nathan.
okay, for all you haters in the chat.
Okay. So, we were talking about these eggs and the cost. How much you guys think these eggs ran me?
Well, I know a dozen, okay, because I was just at Winn-Dixie the other day, was about $8, $9. Okay, so this is probably $5 or $6, which is a shame. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. You know what? As a matter of fact, what y'all need to do is grab your chicken. All you need is one. Grab your chicken, put it in your backyard, make a little coop, get your own eggs. Cause this,
My auntie does that.
this is we don't do this anymore.
We don't. So let's get right into it because that is crazy. We need 3 cups of mix.
Okay.
Is 2 cups enough for 2 cups? So we'll start with like 2 cups and then we'll do that. Just a little bit more. Alright,
Right.
so now we're at 2 cups.
All right, and we're gonna add one more.
1 cup. I'll do it behind the scenes shot of this.
All right.
Yeah.
Boom.
Alright. So now we're gonna add our 3rd cup. It did. It cracked on me, you guys. So I throw this out. I got this from Walmart. Yes. So now we're gonna add our milk. Nathan, let you pour.
Okay.
So Nathan, tell us where are you from and a little bit about you.
Woo! Okay, so I am from, well, I ain't gonna tell where y'all going because y'all like to hack
And
emails
look up
and look up
yeah,
and stuff
you're right,
like that.
you're right.
And I am a proponent for privacy, but that's neither here nor there. But I was raised in South Florida. Okay, I'm about that.
Okay. South Florida.
South Florida.
I love Florida.
So not Miami. Now look, if you're from Miami, don't get in the comments talk about Miami is the real Florida because we know how y'all are. Okay, there's nobody else that matters in Florida except for Miami. We get it. All right, we don't like y'all anyway.
They call it the state of Miami.
Exactly. And if you call it anything else, no, it's Miami. For this purpose right now, we're not talking about that, okay? I was born in South Florida though, Palm Beach County. Shout out to Palm Beach County. So I was raised in Palm Beach County. As I pour my 1 and 1, what the hell is 1 and 1/3? Oh, 1 cup and 1/3, my bad. And yeah, raised there in the fine Florida school system. And fights every other week in school, in high school. Just doing, I was bad, y'all. Hopefully my mom doesn't say, but I was bad. You want me to pour this?
Of course, yeah, pour it.
Okay.
So what were you doing in school, like, to be bad?
All right, so-
Taking classes or something?
I was doing a lot, okay? I was doing the most. So, for starters, my freshman year, and my wife doesn't like when I tell the story because it's so personal. But my freshman year, my parents decided they wanted to go on a missionary trip to, I think it was Honduras, something like that, okay? So they out there with the parents. They leave me with my play auntie, all right? So she comes there at night. She watches me and my brothers, and she thinks everything's cool. She don't know me like that,
Right.
all right? So I'm sneaking out the house. I'm 14, sneaking out the house. Well, one day I decided, you know what? My dad left the keys to the car. Let me take the car keys and teach myself how to drive because he wasn't gonna teach me how.
Right.
So we're gonna add some. Is that cinnamon?
Some cinnamon sugar, just
Some cinnamon sugar.
And
I'll
just
just
a
throw
little.
some more cinnamon.
Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more.
and then I grab the keys. I'm going around the neighborhood. I'm picking up friends.
Right.
We doing what it is. All right. So I'm not going to summer school, which is the reason why I was there in the first place. Cause I didn't do good in school. I was too busy looking for females. So the last day of summer school. And the day that my parents come back from the trip, I take the car. I said, let me go pick up my friends from the bus stop. I go to the bus stop. I say, hey, get in the car. Let's ride out.
Right.
So a couple of kids get into the car, and then one gets on the hood. He say, hey, my house is right down the corner. Go ahead, let me ride on the hood real quick. Take me down. So I'm like, bet, I got you. What I didn't know was that the brakes on my dad's car wasn't that good. Okay? And so we're driving. I got a heavy foot. We pick up to 60 miles an hour and we're going down the street. We're moving pretty fast. So he starts sliding up the windshield. And then he says, hey, I need you to stop. And so instead of letting go of the gas, I hit the brake. So hit the brake, old boy came down sliding and started running. I said, okay, good. The brakes are bad. So the car caught up to him and it ran him over. Not only did it run him over, but it caught his jacket and it dragged him for another about 8 feet. All right, I'm sorry, babe. I know you don't like the story, but we gotta tell the story.
That's the real.
And so then everybody in the car is screaming, get off, get off. So I speed up again to try and get off. I sped up a couple more feet, run into a tree. It finally loosens him up. I go out there and to the white meat, flip over, blood in his eyes. I was like, oh man, you got hit by a car.
Wow.
He didn't know that it was me that was
Yeah.
on him. So, long story short, back then it was different. They were like, well, we're just gonna take you back home. So they took me back home instead of jail where I should have went. And he went to the hospital, he was in the ICU. He was there for about 30 days. He recovered, came out. I was supposed to go to jail. And I went to court, and he didn't show up for court. So they dropped all the charges. They dropped the charges. So I would say wouldn't he do it, but yeah. If he would have died, it would have been vehicular manslaughter, 30 years in jail. Yeah,
Ooh.
he looked out for your boy that day.
Did you see?
So that's just one thing, and I was a freshman,
Wow.
just acting. I was doing the most show.
Yeah. And I was out here in West Palm.
Yeah, West Palm.
Wow.
West
Oh,
Palm.
he was acting out.
Yeah, I was.
I think
was
it's something
doing,
in that Florida air a little bit
It
down there.
is.
Down
You
south.
know, we from
There's
Florida.
something in that air.
You hear a Florida man, it applies.
It's always
a Florida
always
man.
a Florida man.
So yeah,
Every time.
but that's
And
just
I'm
one story.
gonna
We're not
add
gonna
eggs, too.
We're not gonna tell everything because I need to keep some sort of, he might be out there looking like, you know what, I remember.
I remember that guy.
Yeah. So we're gonna
well,
throw
sir,
2
we're sorry.
We apologize.
Thank you for forgiving and for not coming to court because
Thank
you understand he was just a kid. He was just a kid.
I was just a kid.
So that's why
14.
I feel like he did that. He understood. So we have to add in our 2 eggs. We're gonna start putting our Lord's chicken. Ooh, we have a 4-piece right here.
Yes.
Crispy.
And I'm gonna use that bag for the egg shells.
Yes, that's perfect. You see, we're very resourceful on Essence and Eats. So Nathan, what's next for you this year? It's still early on in 2025.
Oh, yes, it is.
So we'd love to know what's going on with you.
It's the daily grind of being consistent on social media. Let me get that. And so everybody's like, you gotta do an album. You gotta do an album. You gotta do an album. I hear y'all. I'm with y'all. I do. I have 1 track I already put out on a video. It's called Chick-fil-A Pizza.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A Pizza.
Isn't the timing crazy, y'all?
Right? And so I put that just to see, how it would do. I use this website called Udio, udio.com, and it's basically an AI-generated music platform where you can say, hey, I had this idea. Can you make this kind of beat for me? And it also does the lyrics if you want to do that. It does your background vocals, does all of that. You just got to type it in. So that's how I did Chick-fil-A Pizza. And I also got one called Taco Tuesday.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
I'm still working on that, cleaning that one up, and see what happens. But I will have an EP or a single out this year. But I want to see, test it out because that's a grind all by itself.
It
Putting
is,
an album or an EP out, you gotta plug it every single day.
Exactly.
Like you gotta have people on your videos, and people get tired of hearing it. And I'm gonna pour this in real quick. And so it's just enough. Okay. So that's that's what I'm working on. So there's so many songs to choose from. I don't know if you guys know, but I have a compilation of just some of my big back anthems. That's what I call them, big back anthems.
They are.
Because they are. And just 16 minutes is almost 60 different songs. Why won't these egg? Oh, there you go. 60 different songs that I have. Oh, mixing it up, yeah. Behind the scenes. So 60 different songs it takes a lot to not repeat a song. And so I am a big guy for 90s R&B music. So I like using 90s R&B music. And I'll use trending music if I have to, but for the most part, when I do these big back anthems, it doesn't get the traction that I think it should.
It takes a lot.
It takes a lot.
It does. Even my song, I have one too.
Yeah.
I feel
My
like
food.
we're gonna do a remix pretty soon.
Yes.
A big back remix to that one. But it does take a lot of time and effort. It's not like our supporters don't love it.
No, because they do.
They do.
They do.
It's just so niche.
Yeah.
Right now, at this time.
And so
niche.
And that's the problem with a lot of social media. Like, they tell you to stay in the niche, and you stay in that niche. But a person like me and yourself that's creative, we want to go be outside of the box and be outside of our niche and add to it. And they don't give you what you need as far as views. They don't show it to the people that follow you unless you're in the niche. And so that's one of the big problems with social media and the algorithm on all platforms. It's not just Instagram or TikTok or Facebook.
Exactly.
Have at least 150 to maybe 200 different big bad songs. But it's an evolution.
It is.
So,
and where can everybody follow you, just in case some people may not be following you?
Okay, so if you're not following me, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, you can follow me on IG, which is pretty much my main platform, at official_Nathan_Cintron, like Cintron.
And I'll make sure it's linked right here.
Thank you, right here. Same thing on Facebook. Same thing on TikTok, Nathan Cintron. Same thing on YouTube, official Nathan Cintron. Now on YouTube, I have a whole bunch of playlists from going back to 2020, and it has all my older videos from TikTok and when I was just reviewing food, just talking about the food.
And is that where you started making content?
Yes. So I started back in the beginning of the pandemic when that started. And at first, TikTok was new to everybody. I was just singing and just doing it. And everybody, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Give us something different. And so my first review that went viral was with There's Food at Home, and she's from New York. Her name is August, and she was doing a Dollar Tree apple crumble pie, and it cost $5 to get all the ingredients. Did that, and your boy blew up on TikTok. And so I was like, okay, so this is the vein that I need to stay in.
Right.
And so I did that, and I grew in about 6 months from 250 to about 200,000 in about maybe 6 or 7 months. And then a lot of times you'll grow and then you'll plateau, and then it's hard to grow again because they're always updating the algorithm and things like that.
They are.
And so then you start to lose followers, but it's a little bit at a time. You'd be like 50 here, 5 the next day. And so it's hard to, get the algorithm to say, hey, I'm still active on this platform.
Yeah. It's like every day is like something new with Instagram. They always change it, like some type of rule or it's like you gotta kind of learn as you go because there's no rule book for this, for what we do.
Absolutely.
There's no guidebook for it.
So I did that, and then a couple of years later, Instagram decided they wanted to do the same thing, 30 seconds, because they saw TikTok was really booming with these 30 seconds. So I jumped over to Instagram and blew up. Just doing what I do, giving the same energy as I was on TikTok. On TikTok, when I started, it was talking about food while I had a nice track on, nice R&B track. Then it evolved to, here's the chicken, we don't cut it up, we about to put it in the batter. Then it started to, then I changed it up and I started talking like I was on the radio. It's like, you have just tuned into the Quiet Storm for Foodies, this is your boy Nate. And on this meal we have Kimmy Creations or whoever it was, and then I'll describe the food. And then I was like, then it plateaued. And then I was like, okay, well we gotta change it up again. So a lot of times people do creative and do social media and they get tired and worn out fast because they go quick and then they plateau and they don't know how to pivot. They don't know how to change, they don't know how to switch it up a little bit so that they continue to grow. So that's what we did. We jumped over to Instagram, and instead of doing the Quiet Storm for Foodies, I just started singing over the songs. Do I mix this in too?
Oh, yes.
So we did that. Then I stopped growing again at 200,000, and I switched it to what we know now where I'm remixing whole songs. Taking the vocals out, putting my vocals in, switching the words, making it big back anthems. And that's where we're at currently right now. So I don't know what I need to do next to evolve, maybe a cooking show or a traveling show like this. Travel and sing. You know what I'm saying? And we cook, we sing, and we call it a day. So that might be coming soon.
See, this is where Essence and Eats gets all the juicy tea. So
the idea is, baby, it's in the head. And so that's where we're at right now. So there's a lot of people out there that do the same thing, and I got none but love for you. Okay, we'll just keep it at that. Unless you ask a question that's going to provoke another answer.
I mean, personally, I feel like Nathan, you are the OG when it comes to reaction videos. I do see now a lot of channels are definitely, a lot of people are emulating what you've done and what you've created, but I don't know. How do you guys feel? If you do know Nathan, do you agree that he's the OG? Let me know in the comments down below because I think he's the OG when it comes to the reactions. That's just simple.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in that vein, and is great. I see it this way, okay? We have Coca-Cola, all right? We also have Pepsi. I don't know why they drink it, but we also have Dr. Pepper.
Right.
Okay? We have a lot of flavors of Dr. Pepper. And that just says that while you may be the original Coke, all right, you may have the original recipe, you may not be everybody's cup of tea. All right? You are not gonna have everybody like you.
It's true.
That's just, it is what it is. That's what it is in life. That's what it is on social media. You're not gonna have everybody like you. Now, the ones that do like you, it's a specific taste to them, like the Dr. Pepper.
Right.
We're not going to talk about people that drink about Dr. Pepper, but
what?
it is.
I like Dr. Pepper.
It is what it is, okay? I'm going to let you slide on that one because I didn't know that before I made the analogy.
It's
but
good.
See, And she loves Dr. Pepper. She will stand 10 toes down on Dr. Pepper. And that's her prerogative. Just like social media. I may be Coke. Other people may be Pepsi. And because they tasted Pepsi first, that's all they're gonna drink. And they don't want no other drink other than Pepsi. And that's just how it is. And once you get that in your mind on social media, especially if you're a creative and you don't worry about what other people say or comment or who they compare you to, then you just continue to be consistent and do what you do. Your time is going to come eventually, but you still got to put in the work.
You got to put in the work.
That's all that matters.
You got to put in the work.
You got to put in the work.
We're still putting in the work.
We're still putting in the work.
Yeah.
Every day.
Exactly.
Every day. And then people be comments like, I have not seen you in a year. That was the last comment. I have not seen you in a year. I post every single day, except for weekends.
I know. I see.
I don't post on
I definitely engage, but the algorithm sometimes is so tricky that it'll shadow ban you so long.
So what can you do but continue to post and hope that one video will hit? Stay consistent.
Stay consistent. We're about to get these waffles going. So
Let's
wash
go.
our hands real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So now that our chicken and waffles are fully ready to go in the waffle maker,
Mixed up
and ready to go, we're about to get right into it. So, we might have to just a little spray. Then Nathan, would you like to make the first waffle? Please do the honors for us.
All right.
How are we gonna do this?
Do I get up?
Matter of
You
fact,
know what? Let's turn this around.
Yeah, we're gonna turn it.
We're gonna turn it around, and we'll bring it back to you.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Should be fun.
Ooh, let me get some behind the scenes footage. Let's go.
Uh-oh.
We got Chef Nathan in the building.
What's up, y'all? Okay.
All right. So you do have to do the honors and close it down.
Okay, I don't overfill.
It's okay.
Okay, here we go. We want some chicken.
Right in the middle, yes. Get a nice little chunk. That's good. That's perfect, actually.
What about the other?
It's gonna like
okay. Oh,
shift.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna shift. Yeah.
Look at this. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna have about 12 stacks of heart waffles.
Mm-hmm. Smelling nice and good
It
too.
is.
So I was just telling Nathan about John Pork. Do any of you guys know about John Pork?
I just learned about John Pork today.
It's a funny trend on TikTok. I was telling him it's just like a fake conspiracy that people created. This guy, he walks around with a binder and he tells people, that he is an agent that works with John Pork and is trying to figure out information and intel about John Pork. It's just funny stuff, but
And he's doing well. He's doing well. They seem like she likes it, and among
it's
a whole bunch of other people.
It's just so funny. I find the craziest things to be funny. So how does Nathan spend his free time in Florida when he's not working, making content?
I always work.
Yeah.
So do I tell y'all who I work for? I just say no. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you, but I'm a very busy man.
Right.
But when I do, I'm at home. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying, with the wife. I'm scrolling the internet just like everybody else. Beyonce's internet. Trying to figure out ways to evolve and do other things. And when I'm not doing that, I'm telling my kids to fold clothes and do stuff just like any daddy. And when I got free time, I like to shoot people on Call of Duty or play baseball. That's pretty much it. But other than that, the mind is always going. The wheel in my head is always going. So either I'm listening to songs or listen to a playlist, and that's where I get my ideas for the next week's song. So just I have a whole playlist of 90s R&B music and just regular R&B music, soul, neo soul, and stuff like that. And if I hear something, here's a trick. Y'all get it first. If I hear something that says you in the lyric, like I love you, I'll switch that you with food. I love food. So now you know, all right? Or if I can throw a big back in there somewhere, then I'll use it. Now, here's the tip. If I laugh at it, then I know y'all are gonna laugh at it. And so that's my prerequisite. If I sing it and it don't make me like chuckle a little bit, then I probably won't do it. But if I chuckle, I know it's gonna make y'all chuckle. And I laugh at myself all the time. So yeah, that's what I'm doing every time.
That's cool. So you said you play Call of Duty. Do you play like with your sons or like live or something like that?
I play online. Okay, but I don't. Y'all be getting on my nerves because y'all be doing the most. Y'all be cheating, carrying on. So sometimes I just like to kill zombies. It's just me and a sniper rifle, and I just do that for a couple hours, or I'll play some basketball or baseball. Something just to unwind.
This one's perfect.
Yes.
That's a perfect one. So I'm just gonna let it a little bit move around. And we'll take it out.
So we were talking about conspiracy. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
We're talking about conspiracy theories. All right. What is a conspiracy theory that you will die on the hill for? One that you be like, you know what? That might be.
There's so many, but I would have to say that the one that we mentioned earlier, I really do strongly believe that the movies and TV shows that we see are a depiction of reality.
I forgot what they call it. It's not Mandela effect. It's like a programming. Yeah, propaganda programming.
Predictive programming?
Yes, predictive programming, where they put it right in front of your face. They say, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And, oh, look at that.
It's perfect. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
That's why they call me chef.
Yes.
And so, let's do some more.
Yeah, we'll do some more.
Okay.
Let me just,
And so they just do it. We know. Look, since the beginning of social media, we've heard little truths out there, we've heard the gossip, but now that we're really like into the internet age and social media age, you ain't hiding anything from us anymore.
Yep.
Like we're accountable for the things that we hear, whether it be true or not. But for the most part, you can't hide or lie anymore. We're gonna catch you, and a lot of people, especially when you're the best you can to talk bad about people and bully people online. We're not playing that anymore. See, back when I was a teenager, we're just punching them out. We build different. You can't bully. Look, I'm Unc. All right, I'm good 45. I'm on Unc status. But when I was young, when I was a YN, it'd be on site. We didn't have the internet like that. And if you was talking trash, you just had to be about your hands. We don't have that anymore. All right, people just be talking trash in a comment section, thinking they can't be faded.
Nope.
And
nope.
Okay, we may not be able to get hands on you, but we'll definitely sell all your information for the whole world to see who you really are.
Exactly.
So it's a different time. But back when I was in YN, we was throwing hands. All right, it was on site, and then usually 9 times out of 10. Y'all be best friends afterwards. Y'all see whoever won, and it's the end of the day. Right? Right?
You see? It's like just a quick friendly squabble and then back to
Yeah. Like you was talking trash, and then, we're gonna have to fight. Whoever wins, and if you want to keep it 100, we can keep it 100 and be friends after this. If not, that's cool. We'll fight every time we see each other. But, for the most part, it was a quick fight, and then y'all end up being the best of friends.
That one looks perfect too.
Yes. And I think everybody knows this. The CIA or the FBI killed JFK.
Yeah.
All right. It was around the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis. They wanted him. Let's pop it off. He's like, nah, we're gonna chill, and they didn't like that. And he wasn't about war like that. And so war makes money. Unfortunately for him, it didn't make him any money, or at least he didn't live to see it. All right. Now with him and his little affair with Marilyn Monroe, that's a different story. We're gonna leave that alone. All right. Let me see. Is there any other good ones? Is there any other good ones?
That Denver airport one.
Yeah,
I do believe it though, because that airport you do feel a little. Have you ever been through that airport?
No,
I've been through it like twice for a layover, and it does feel very like eerie and empty. But it's people there, but it just feels.
There's something. Yeah, there's something else.
Yeah,
there's something else down
crazy.
there in the depths, in the bunkers of the airport.
But why not tell us though? Why do you think? Like, do you believe in aliens? Do you think these sightings are real? When people are seeing these drones and stuff.
I don't think they're drones. Or it could be a mixture of drones. What I do feel like is that the government hides a lot. And are there aliens? It's hard for me Okay, and I love God. I love Jesus. I go to church. I'm a Christian, but I feel like there has to be more than just us. There has to be. There has to be. And so, you know, will we ever see it? I don't know personally, but they say they're out there. So we'll see. People say they've been abducted and stuff like that, but we'll see. Eventually, everything that is the truth will come to light, whether we want to see it or not.
Exactly.
So.
But do you feel like they purposely try to hide things?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think it's because they think the public would be scared, or is it because, like, why do you think?
Control. I think it's control. I think that if you can control the population, you can dictate everything that happens in the population.
Yeah.
Once you lose control of the population, once there's chaos, if there's civil unrest, you won't be able to tell us nothing. For example, even though I don't believe that it made an impact like they wanted it to, when the DEI and they said, okay, you know what, we're going to boycott Target. Target lost a lot of money. They're still losing money.
Yeah.
They're still losing money. And that was just a fraction of the people not. It was basically us.
Right.
Not going to Target. Now imagine if everybody and their mama stopped shopping at Target.
Shut down.
Now you're talking about the billionaires, everybody, the stockholders, and the stockholders are like, what are y'all doing? Like, what? We need to revisit it because we're losing money. And so when everybody gets together, and if everybody were to be like, you know what, F this government, it would be a problem. And I think that with the government not telling us everything that we need to know, is controlling the general population. Good example. When TikTok was about to get banned, everybody on TikTok jumped to Red Note.
Yeah.
Red
Quickly.
Note. Jumped to Red Note. When they got to Red Note, they saw that China was living the life.
Right.
They were doing groceries and getting all the groceries they needed for $20, $25, and you was getting good vegetables, fruits, meat, everything you wanted. You can walk to wherever you wanted. And it just went to show the American people that, hold up, y'all told us China was communist. Y'all told us China was bad for business.
Right.
Y'all told us that China was this, was that, and we are on an app from China, watching people from China, and they're living better than Americans. Yeah. As a matter of fact, they said, the people from China said, were asking us Americans, so you have to work 2 jobs to make ends meet?
And we don't have free healthcare like
Don't
that.
have free healthcare. You got to pay taxes on everything. In China, you ain't got to pay taxes until you're 77. The house that you own belongs to you. In America, you can buy a house, pay the mortgage off, and it still don't belong to you. They can take it anytime they want.
It's crazy.
Which is
It
crazy.
is true.
So now that we know all that information about China, it makes it seem like the United States is the third world country, and everybody else is just, living their best life. Right, laughing at us.
Like when the ban was effective, just like UK was like, oh, if we were in America, you guys don't know how much you guys should be fighting back. I saw people say, I was like, wow, what don't we know?
Exactly.
It seems like everybody knows much more than Americans, like what we know.
And that's the problem. Everybody knows what we don't know, and we're not really doing anything to push,
get answers or figure out how to move forward.
Because the bottom line is, it comes down to the money. It comes down to money. Everybody's worried about the money, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if something ever happens to this government, the power grid, your money is not valid anymore. Okay, the rich, although they probably have more access to whatever it is, but they're gonna have to scrap for food, scrap for all this other things, and it's just gonna be worse off for the regular folk, like well, I'm not regular right now, but the general public. So they said if the power grid were to go out, our power grid were to go out, it would be, I think, a week or 2 before people start looting
and I'm surprised they even said a week, because I give it 2 days.
Right.
Respectfully.
So that's why it's important. If you want a garden, put a garden. And you know what? For a while, it was illegal in certain states to collect rainwater. Like, it's coming from the sky. Why is it illegal to collect rainwater?
How would they even know that you're collecting the rainwater?
But exactly. But it's illegal. I don't think it's illegal in Florida, but there's a whole bunch of states where it's illegal to collect rainwater. Because you can use the rainwater, you won't have to depend on the public system. You won't have to depend on the water because you can collect the water yourself, use it for the shower, use it to wash your clothes, use it to, you know, make food and stuff like that. So they try to make it illegal so that you won't even think about trying to use or work for your own. That's why a lot of people want to go off the grid, go up into Montana, get a little thing of land, grow your own vegetation, your own livestock, get a farm, and do it. You just get off the grid. It does. Like,
like
you don't have to worry about
good life, like out the way, no stress. I have my cows, I have my chickens.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about if my food is poison because
you got GMO.
Right. There's so many recalls on everything. Like there was probably a recall on something that we use today in the past. I promise you there was.
Yeah.
Like everything has been recalled. Anything. I remember there was a recall on watermelon. Do you know how sad I was because I love watermelon? That's scary.
Yeah, you showed. There was a video you showed that there was a recall on something.
On dog food.
Dog food. Yeah, fresh.
There was a recall on Fresh Pet.
Fresh Pet.
On dog food that I use all the time for my dog. Like there's and it's like scary because if you're not up to date with what's going on, you would never know too.
Right.
Because it happens so fast. These recalls happen day after day, and it's like if you don't catch them all, you won't know if you have something that's in your fridge that's bad for you. But it's so many things. So many things.
And all they do is they pump genetically modified stuff into the fruit now, and it's just taking the prices all the way up. So you can rarely find fruit and vegetables that haven't been tampered with or messed with. And so, I mean, it's causing kids to be obese. It's causing people to be obese.
The behavior problems.
And stuff like that. They mess with your brain, the chemicals in your brain and everything like that. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. This is a cooking show, so we can talk about food.
Of course, and we are. Like, this is stuff that we all need to be aware of.
It's not just conspiracy.
So I hope you guys are enjoying this episode as well, because right now, we are all so hungry, ready to eat. If you had the chance to collab with one of your favorite 90s artists, who would you want to collab with?
Ooh, that is tough. 90s. Okay. I like, oh man, that's hard. Maybe Kim?
That's right.
Yeah.
That would be fine. For sure. I can
Think
see that
about the
happening.
time that we met. Perfect thing I think about. I can't stop eating food.
Hey.
I can't help myself. So he actually liked that video. When I did the video with the song, I always get a kick when celebrities like be like, "Hey, that was funny."
Yes.
So I always get a kick. I've had Fred Hammond do one.
Wow.
Like, you know, and of course Taraji. I was shocked when I saw. I was like, what is going on? Now, if I ever get the big Snoop Dogg to get one of them videos,
Listen.
shoot, Snoop Dogg.
You done made it.
You done made it
in the door.
You
sure.
done made it in the door because it's 2 million views at least.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, yeah, Kim. I don't know, maybe like somebody from 112 or Joe. Just
112, be commenting on your videos too. I
yeah.
see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think
Baby,
that's
it's
possible.
okay. Wait, is that 112 or is that J H? We don't even talk, girl. We don't even.
No, did you do Cupid?
Yes, and if I told you I trust you, that doesn't mean that I don't care. Ooh. Let me stop. we're not gonna do a tiny desk right now on Essence and Needs, okay? Although we could do a tiny desk, but
sure,
yeah.
you never know.
You never know. So yeah, that's probably my 90s. Now, celebrities, I would love to, do some like Taraji or Kevin Hart, even a Drewski. When I first started on Instagram, they were like, you look like Drewski's daddy. I don't know if it was the beard, but I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it.
That's funny.
Some of my other like Stefan Johnson, S. Johnson voiceovers. He's the one that does. This is a work of art.
Yes.
So they use that man voice in every single video. So and he didn't even know that they had did that version of, like, I had to tag him. Be like, this is the first time I'm seeing this, and they were wearing his voice out. But it'd be like that. Like sometimes social media just take what they want, and you see no benefits,
no credit,
no benefits, nothing like that. So that is also one of my pet peeves. Like if I see somebody's done a video and they don't tag the original video, that's a pet peeve.
Yeah.
If I see that you're doing a side by side, but all you're doing is like that. Like you're not adding anything to the video. You're not making the video fun. All you're doing is sitting there silent and shaking your head like, listen to it. You're not. That's a pet peeve. Or if I just see somebody trying to copy my style.
That's a pet peeve.
That's a pet peeve.
That's a big pet peeve.
But there's not.
There's something wrong with that.
No, there's something wrong with it, but I don't see it. I don't see it often.
Yeah.
For the most part. Now there's people that do the same kind. Shout out to Not Keenan Thompson. Shout out to Katie French. Shout out to I Go by Big Mike. They are all in the same lane. They're all in the same lane and doing it how they do it. Yeah. If you listen to I Go by Big Mike, you know he's gonna be loud. You know he's gonna go give me some. And you know he's gonna sing. And you know he's gonna be funny. Katie French, she is gospel, church, inside out. She's gonna do her thing with the church. Add some oil to it. She has a catchphrase. I can't remember what it is. And then Keenan.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Let me do the baby chickens, baby chickens. And so everybody has their own way of doing their thing. And I think they learn that for themselves. Like, you know what, let me try and stand out. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta stand out from everybody else. Be who you are authentically. And you won't have to worry about people comparing you to anybody else.
That's true.
So
be who you are.
If you
that's a quote from Nathan. I like that.
Yes, be who you is. Be who you is and be happy with that. Exactly. Okay? And if you feel like you're coming up short, reinvent yourself. Reinvent the way you do things.
You have free will to do that. So do it.
Just do it.
Don't hate on nobody. Just
don't
do
hate.
it. Just change.
Don't be copying. You can take little tidbits, but don't word for word.
The whole swag.
Not the whole swag. Okay? Not the whole swag.
Come on now.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Don't get mad at the messengers. We're just
the messengers. No hard feelings. It is what it is.
Exactly. Ooh.
That one's good
Ready
too.
to go. Y'all see this one?
Oh yeah, that came out nice and everything.
We just gotta get those sides off. Look at how beautiful that one is. And now we're gonna do the last waffle. Okay. So we can do a taste test.
Yes.
While they're still nice and hot.
Now, when it comes down to y'all chefs, is that something that y'all? Because I've heard a lot that there can be some beef between y'all. Now I don't know how true it is. I've seen a little bit of it. Not so much on Instagram. That's it. Okay. Not so much on Instagram, but I've heard whispers.
Now I personally try not to get included in there. But I feel like sometimes...
Has anybody ever been like, hey, yo, you copy my style? Or like outright, or maybe you've heard it from like the sides? No. You don't do that. If you've heard it, let it be known.
I haven't heard anybody say that I copy them, but it's funny though, I've gotten DMs of people emulating what I've done, like, and you can check the dates for certain videos and you see that I've done it first, and then people will do the same thing. But you know, I call it certain things like that when it comes to cooking is inspiration. Like copying a whole video would be like copying how I edit start to finish. Like I haven't seen anybody do that to me yet. But as far as like somebody copy one of my buzzball videos and stuff like that, but I don't want to take too much credit for that. But no, nobody's came to me and said, oh, I'm copying you, I'm copying them, and I feel like I do my own thing for real for the most part. So you can't really say I'm copying.
Yeah,
I do everything different.
I didn't know that it was kind of high school. I was like,
it is. It really gets like that. Yeah.
It's like the internet. Okay, now I'm not gonna name any names. I'm not gonna personally name names, but I did do one video, and I'm not gonna even name the song. Okay. I'm not gonna name the song, but I did do a video. I sang my thing. It was funny. It did all right. 10,000 views. Hours later, somebody bigger, a lot bigger, did the same song, same hook, although they were and instantly 3 million views, 4 million views. I was like,
now that hurts. That hurts. There's a company that does that. I think it's a company page. I call it a company page.
Mm-hmm.
They do that to me a lot.
Oh, they take your video and they get
They'll recreate
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But they have a bigger following, and they've done that to my stuff a lot.
And that's really one of the issues where when you have a huge follower, maybe they're verified, okay, and let's say, okay, for instance, let's say they have 2 million followers. Well, if they have 2 million followers, the certain percentage that they initially get, the looks, is going to be higher than yours, especially if you have a lower follower. So for me, I have 302,000 followers on Instagram. My initial views when I post a video, let's say the first 10-20 minutes, is going to go out to maybe 10%. All right, so what's that? 3,000. 10% of 300,000? It sounds about right. Okay, I'm not a mathematician, but 3,000, right? So the 3,000 will see that video first. Now, depending on their engagement, the comments, whatever the case may be, then Instagram be like, okay, they like it. Let's push it out. Well, when someone with 2 million followers does the same thing, their initial views is 200,000 followers. And so they have a better chance for that video to go viral because the initial set of viewers is a lot more than your 3,000, which I think was the case because, I mean, so
no names.
We're gonna
keep it real,
keep it clean.
But we could put it on the floor. But we're just being nice.
It's no hard feelings because
we got the Lord's chicken
they still my peeps and you know what? I wouldn't even be mad, but they liked my video.
That kind of would like have me like ticking over.
Right. They liked the video and I screenshotted it. I was like, no.
That's wild.
I'll show you a screenshot. But they screenshotted it. I screenshotted it, but they liked the video, and then hours later,
took the like back.
No, I didn't take the like back.
Oh,
they did the video.
Oh, okay.
And then it blew up, and I'm like, okay. But I have no hard feelings. They're like, if that's the inspiration that you want, okay, so be it. I'll be that. But it grinds my gears.
When you don't get the credit.
Yeah, when you don't get the credit
that you put in.
that you put in. You know, I did the video, I did the song, but it doesn't get as much push because a bigger follower have more initial views.
That happens a lot in the industry. Like, who would think that would happen with food in our niche industry? But it happens literally. I can't believe it happens to us. But crazy.
Couple icks that I don't like. But there's nothing really you can do. People are gonna do what people do.
This is the final waffle.
Yeah.
Look at that one.
The final waffle. Here comes Coco.
Miss Big Back herself. So let's get this away so we can do a taste test. Waffles are all ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Look at how beautiful these look.
Chicken
in waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
Featuring the Lord's chicken.
Featuring the Lord's chicken. Chick-fil-A, not open on Sundays except for today. That's the only reason why we were able to get it. If anybody tells you we got it yesterday, they're lying.
Exactly.
And the truth is not in there. Okay? We got it today. They opened up, especially here.
So let's go ahead
and we got the powdered sugar on there too.
Yes, y'all see how beautiful these beautiful.
They look nice.
I'll add in a close up. So let's dig in.
Cool.
And a knife.
Who needs a knife?
Right.
Nobody needs a knife. We
just trying. And we got the pearl mining. It's not Aunt Jemima anymore. It's pearl mining.
I still think that they did that on purpose. Oh, you know what? You probably will need.
So let's say grace.
God is great. God is good. Let us thank Him for this food.
Amen.
In Jesus' name, amen.
We need some syrup. Some pearl mining syrup. I think that might be good.
Not like a lot of syrup. Titty.
Is good? It is. Ooh. That piece of chicken.
That's the problem with having a beard. You're trying not to get stuff in it. Or at least food.
I think you posted a video before with the beard going, and everybody was in the comments like, "What is going on?" I know your supporters be having a field day when you do that, because they don't know if it's like real time.
I do it every year. I do it every year. I started like 4 years ago when I used to have to shave once a year for a respirator. So I was like, all right, it's coming up. I'm gonna have to shave my beard. I don't want to hear all these comments how you don't like it, put it back, whatever. I'm gonna unfollow you.
Right.
And so I got a better job in the office, so I didn't have to shave anymore. But I still do it every year for new followers that don't know that I have to shave my beard every year.
Also, it's like a fun trick now.
Yeah. So around August, September, I'll be like, all right, y'all, I have to shave my beard and just go back to that one video and repost it every single time. Yeah.
That's funny.
A lot of people, I don't think they realize, like, I heard it from, what's his name? Gary Vee. If you've had a video that has gone viral before, like, for instance, I have one that's done 19 million views. I've kept on reposting it like after, like I'll repost it, let's say January, then I'll wait a couple months and repost it in 6 months later, and they'll still do the same number. It'll go viral again, and just do that until it don't go viral anymore. But you can't do it like back to back consistently.
Because
like
when
every
people
month.
like it, it's like they're not gonna stop. Not like it.
But if you wait a while, a lot of people that have been with you a while remember, oh, this is the video that I started following you on, and this is the one that made me laugh. So it's just like a nice nostalgia kind of thing. But for the most part, if you've had a video that's gone viral, like in the millions of views, don't be afraid to repost it.
Of course. And that's a good tip. That's a really good content tip. Now, I want you to sing us the song after you finish eating that waffle of how that waffle is making you feel.
Okay, we're gonna. It's for gospel, y'all. All right. But I'm gonna switch the words up. All of my big bag belongs to food. All of my big bag belongs to food. Especially this. I deserve it. Do you deserve it?
I deserve it.
Let's go. Yes. I deserve it.
Yes.
I deserve it.
Yes.
And this is when I would bring the pantry crew in, and they'll do the backgrounds and sing, all of my big bag belongs to food. But that's it. You don't get no more. If you want to get more, you gotta subscribe to her YouTube page.
Exactly. So make sure you guys like, comment,
Subscribe.
and share with a friend.
Not only that, hit the bell notification so that you know every time she's on or when she posts a video.
Exactly. So we would like to thank you all for coming to another episode of Essence and Eats. Nathan, thank you so much for being my guest today. It was a pleasure. And now we're about to finish our waffles and finish our conversation.
Yes.
So thank you all for watching. I'm your girl Lexy. Later.
Peace.